Hello and welcome to this video. Today we will talk about the Emazys Data Cloud platform, which is the end stage of the vertical integration between the test equipment that is used in the field to test the solar modules, and then all the way up to synchronizing the data and creating this data layer. And this video is going to be about the free version of that tool. There are paid subscriptions as well, but we want to show you how much value you're getting by using this type of system and how you can analyze your data and do the reports and so on. And let's just jump into the dashboard and have a look and see what we have.
Let's absolutely do that, Anders. Because this is what you will see once you've logged into your free account. Now I am on a demo account. All the measurements here are just demo, just rubbish, some random data we have created.
Yeah, we would not share customer data in one of our videos.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, but this account has 519 measurements across 4 different sites, which we can see here in a map, and we can also actually zoom in to see the individual measurements. You could see here some of the measurements on a site, which are popped around the site. You can also click upon them to view the individual measurements.
Okay, so the dashboard is the main overview. How much data do I have?
Exactly.
Okay.
In the site tab over here, that's our navigation systems. If we press upon the measurements, we will see all our measurements in a table format where we can go in and filter them, etc. We could, for instance, filter them by the different sites.
Okay, so the site is like the solar plant?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And here we could go in and exactly just choose one of our sites. We could choose the Zealand Solar Park. Then we could apply the filters, and then we would see all the measurements from that site. From here, we could also do an export if we want to see the measurements in a CSV or an Excel file. Then we could just set the format and then export it.
Okay, easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy. Okay, but next up, we can actually also go into the individual measurements. We could go into them by clicking on the row or just clicking the view button over here. By pressing this, we go into the individual measurement, where we can see all the raw data and also some of the comments, etc. the user has set.
Yeah, so that's what we would call the metadata and the test results.
Exactly.
Okay. And we can go very much in detail here. I can see we have timestamps and we have module or instrument serial number, all of those things.
Exactly. And we also have the specific location from that specific measurement.
Okay.
And all of this we can also combine into a PDF report, which we can generate, and then just have all of this combined into a single PDF report.
Okay.
But if we go back, we also have another thing. We shortly mentioned them, sites. There is a main navigation site over at the sidebar, where we can see all our different sites. Here we have 4 different sites with 130 measurements each from the Z300 PVT.
Okay.
So we can, for instance, click upon one of them and then go into them individually. So here we could actually we can see the site and the different strings we have measured.
Okay, so the string names have different colors.
Exactly.
On this map.
Exactly.
Okay.
You could see here that the 06 has the green color, the 02 is the yellow, and the blue is the 04.
Interesting.
Yes. From here, there are some different features you can use. You could, for instance, create a PDF report from all the measurements. You can add some filters, etc. We also have our AI tool, which we have created.
I guess that is one of the most important things that you actually get in the free version.
Exactly.
So you have a site with 130 measurements, and if I'm not an experienced technician, but still I want to do a report and understand what has been going on, perhaps identify the bad strings.
Exactly.
How could I do that?
Yeah, well, you could use our Max tool. Our Max tool is our AI tool that is based upon our knowledge, your knowledge, and all of the data we have already gathered. It's a tool that grows stronger and stronger as we have more data, because then it can analyze more data and can find more patterns, more troubles. But from here, we can actually ask Max about our site here. We could, for instance, ask it, are there any issues on this site? And then it would actually go in the backend, look at all our data, and then actually look at the raw values and then compare it against the the standards and so forth and all the other data it has.
So it looks at the data from all of the users. It is getting smarter and smarter, and it can analyze your specific test result from a complete site.
Exactly. And you can see here it classifies them as there's some critical issues, there are like some moderate issues, and there's like some recommendations on what you should do next.
So basically it points out which strings you need to look out for.
Exactly.
And how bad it overall is on that side.
Exactly. And we could prompt Max further to dig more deep into them,
sure,
etc., etc. But we will do that in another video.
Yeah.
But
it's a whole chapter for itself.
Exactly. But next up, we have these PV modules here, which we can press upon, and here, as we also showed you, like on the measurements and on the sites, we can assign modules. Which modules are them, and those are very important features for like the analysis and analytics part of it.
Also for the reporting, right?
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. And here we can add new modules. There is already a module database of roughly 21,000 modules. And we can also create our own new modules, where you just have to set the manufacturer and model number and some nameplate ratings. And then you can decide if you want the module to be public or private.
Interesting.
If it's public, I mean, you and us could go into your own app and then search for the module. But if it's private, it's just yourself who can see it.
Yeah. So I could set up a module for a colleague, and then he could find it in the database.
Exactly.
So all this happens through an API, right? It's not a fixed module database that is on the hardware where it's difficult to upgrade. This is sort of a user-driven development.
Exactly.
Just like the AI.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I think that concludes the overall picture of the free version.
Yes.
Of course, there are more details, but this is the gist of it.
Yes.